James. Hello. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. So good to see you guys. Nope. She's still thinking. Chaz, thank you for joining us. Happy Thursday. Is yours working?
I think so. You got lag on yours?
Yeah, I kept getting the circle. It looks like it stopped.
Okay, let's see.
Yours good? We're live. We're good.
We are live. Gaming with James. What's going on, my friend? Who else is with us? Hades, Sanchez Blue, Hearts, I'm back. I love the name Sanchez. Best names.
You've got the fun ones.
Absolutely
James, we
love
will
them.
watch the video tonight. Definitely. We're excited to see what you sent. Alright, we have a ghost story from MH Reels tonight, and then some other ones to share on top of that. I was just looking up real quick.
How is everyone doing? How's everyone's Thursday? It's been a while since we've been on the live. We've just been busy working.
I know. Yeah.
Workaholics over here.
Yeah. It's just summertime and it's our season basically at the end of the day, and yeah. And the heat.
Yeah, it's been hot out there, so hats off to anyone that goes in the parks during this heat. My
Yeah.
goodness.
I know. Some folks are still going during the day.
Yeah.
And battling it out. And I know that technically speaking, it doesn't say it's as hot, but I know once you get into that park, it goes up like 20 degrees.
Yeah, I'd be beelining for the shade, that's for sure.
Yeah, so
It's,
hats off to the park streamers that
Definitely.
manage the heat the way they do, for sure.
Yeah.
We're halfway through the month already, which I just cannot believe. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So tomorrow we're kind of excited. We've been invited to do another home investigation, and but they wish to go away, and so we'll be going in with our investigation team and doing an investigation, a clearing. And there's also something else really big happening at this location that we're hoping to document in some way, shape, or form. It's new to us. The people we investigate with are familiar with it, but it's definitely new to us. So I don't want to say too much. Hey, Slim Devin. Lorraine.
Hey, Slim.
Hey,
What's
beautiful.
up, my
How
friend?
are you? Welcome in. But there's something big going on there at this house, and it's new to us, and we've got a lot to learn and figure out and see if we A, can document it, and B, learn about what is there and how to approach it, and see if there's anything visible or anything that we can describe to share it. So I think in one way, shape, or form, we'll be able to share what we do, what we see. We may have to like keep it on the down low, not give any specifics, names or places or anything like that. So I think in one way, shape, or form, we can share our story, but hopefully we can document some things should we find anything that we can document and then share from there. Slim Devin, I promise you I will make a note to check out the fridge. And when I check out the fridge, you'll know that is for you. You'll know that is for you. So you and Holly and Wendy Girl, we will definitely check out the fridge for you. So that'll be our our code word for hello.
Right.
We're doing this out here for you. We're thinking of you. Okay. Very cool. Very cool, James.
So there's a high possibility we won't be going live at this place, right?
Right. High possibility with video will go live privately and then share it in a premiere later, where we'll have the opportunity to cut things out for privacy. And it's nice to do where when we go live, we don't necessarily have the opportunity to do that, and it also kind of distracts us.
Yeah.
It really kind of distracts us from doing what we're there to do. You want to see World? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. We're happy to see you.
Lagging, and lots. That's too bad that we're lagging.
Is it lagging? Which makes zero sense.
We're lagging. We're at home. We got good Wi-Fi. It's really bizarre that we are lagging. We were having lag issues last time too, weren't we? When we did this.
Which it makes no sense because we're at home, but
we're at home.
I don't know if we're just using too much between our laptops and the phones. And
I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Okay. It was when we first started, so maybe he needs to catch up a little bit. But I haven't seen it lag in a few minutes. I don't think.
Yeah, we should be fine. We're definitely on our home Wi-Fi, so.
Definitely, we need to go to Knott's. I know. Oh, good. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. Thumbs up. So like we're saying, I don't know that we can go live, and I don't know that it's a good idea to go live. I think maybe it's not, just because then we're not there for our intended purpose, because we're too busy trying to answer questions and engage. Yeah. So if we are allowed to document it with film at all, and typically we're able to do something because it's nice to have that to go back to and see if we see anything we didn't initially see while we were there. And sometimes the camera picks up things that the eye doesn't see.
That and audio too.
And audio, that's right, and audio. So between that possibility and then editing out things, hopefully we'll have something to share. So we'll be doing that tomorrow night, and then I don't know, maybe sharing it in a week or two. Yeah. Maybe our next ghost story night we'll have that to share. So pretty cool on that end. What else? Anything else?
And thought I'd share here with you guys, it is like our official 1-year anniversary of starting our channel. We created the channel on July 1st, and our first upload, you can go back to our very first orange Halloween season now. Now that 4th of July is over, all the stores are bringing out their Halloween merch right now. So about a year ago, that's when we started our channel, going out to all of the department stores and recording and documenting, filming all the Halloween things that are coming out on the shelves. So probably do like a little anniversary vlog just to recap the year maybe, and just to see what else is coming for the 2024 season. But on behalf of Living Dead Mom, myself, and the kids, we want to thank you guys for sticking around with us and giving us your time for an entire year.
Definitely. Hey, Louise.
We just started this channel just for fun. And you probably hear that with a lot of channels, right? And we never would have imagined that we would even come this far, that we would have 742 Living Dead family members that enjoy us, enjoy our content, and like what we do. So hey, as long as you guys want to stick around with us, we will keep doing this until forever, because we're having fun. We love you guys. We miss going to the parks. Hopefully we'll be doing some more park stuff soon. And but no, I just want to say thank you guys for giving us 1 year of your fun, your friendship, and let's celebrate, and let's go for year number 2.
I know, year number 2. yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. We've made a lot of fun friends and community, and I've definitely enjoyed our time on this camera. Who knew? Because at first I thought, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Right.
No.
You can probably go back to our first live.
I know.
And just see how the awkwardness and,
Yeah.
and the shyness and just the little apprehension of getting in front of the camera.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is at first. And
we aren't and weren't naturals.
yeah, definitely not.
So if we can do it, anyone can do it. Definitely. We're definitely ready for the Haunted Mansion to come back, James. There's definitely some rumors running around on that. And then I kind of wanted to know you. But this guy, can I tell?
I don't know where you're going with this, but go surprise me.
All right, so this guy, it was a few years ago now. It's been at least, maybe 6 years ago? Got to do a behind the scenes tour after our morning.
Definitely, yeah.
He got to do a tour of the Haunted Mansion back when he was a cast member at this magical place. And so to take pictures. We need to find them.
I need to find them.
We need to find them.
They're somewhere in the archives, somewhere in an old folder somewhere. Hopefully they're on a memory card if they're not in a cloud. But it was during the Haunted Mansion holiday season. To be back there behind the scenes, getting a private tour with a group of like 20 of us from entertainment there. And that was really cool. There was a few places I wish we could have gone because it was during Haunted Mansion holiday season. We weren't allowed, the tour guide didn't allow us to go all the way into the ballroom because there was a lot of parts there that they didn't want us to maybe accidentally bump, or the gingerbread house that's right there in the middle. So there was a lot of things that onto the floor. That would have been like so cool if we were able to do that.
Right.
But it was a really, really cool, really neat experience to and have the opportunity to walk pretty much backstage, if you will, and actually on the actual track of the Doom buggies. Really, we were. It was pretty much like the same route. If you've ever been on Haunted Mansion, you've been evacuated. We've been evacuated off Haunted Mansion. It was a similar type of walkway path that we got to take. So it was a really cool experience. We got to learn some history of the Haunted Mansion, and shout out to those cast members. That not just any cast member that works the attraction gets to do those guided tours. You have to go through like a class, pretty much, and you have to really know the ins and outs, the history of the mansion and things like that. So it was a really cool experience. There was things that I learned that day that I didn't know before. There were certain gags that were supposed to happen that eventually got scrapped at the last minute before the attraction opened. So it was pretty cool to walk in areas that not every day anyone gets to unless you are a cast member, the ride operator for that attraction, or if you get an opportunity like that. So it was really cool. So I got some homework to do. Hopefully I can find some pictures of Haunted Mansion. I know now you can probably find, if you just go online, there's probably behind the scenes pictures. But we are excited for it to come back. I know there's been, it's supposed to come back in August, I think. The Disney blog has not released any information yet, but we're excited nonetheless. I know once it does come back to its normal state, because when it reopens, it's going to obviously be during the Halloween season, Nightmare Before Christmas. It should still remain the same inside. I think they're only going to switch out the gingerbread house, speaking of. So, but when it does come back, I'm sure you guys have heard the buzz, some of the new changes that they're going to make. One in particular is the Hitchhiking Ghost. They are supposedly going to do something similar to Orlando's mansion and have the projections of Gus, Ezra, and what's the other guy's name? Is it Phineas, right?
Phineas.
Yeah. Haunted Mermaids, ready to go.
she's like joining at the right time here.
So there's that. That's supposed to take place, and then we're supposed to get a new bride in the Haunted Mansion. I've been hearing buzz about that. I'm sure it's still going to be Constance, but I've heard rumor they're going to get rid of the projection bride and hopefully maybe bring out some type of an animatronic bride, if you will. So we will see. And then one major one where it's going to have fans and people divided. Majority probably won't be too excited about it, but they are supposed to get rid of the actual ghost hosts. I don't know if they'll do the spiel or not. They might have to find some creative way to rewrite the script for the stretching room, but apparently Disney is supposedly going to get rid of the hanging ghost. When he says "There's always my way," and obviously you see the man with the noose around his head swinging back and forth up from the attic in the gallery. So
He's
so we'll see. Disney does a fairly decent job with new changes, but I know obviously there will be a lot of people upset. I just hope it's a good change if they do change it. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Take all this with a grain of salt. I'm just kind of gathering information and buzz from other websites, other YouTubers, vloggers, if you will. They've all been sharing this information, so I'm not sure where they're getting their information from, but in case you guys haven't heard, that's kind of what the hot take is right now.
Kind of make its way around the socials. Haunted Mermaid says, "My feelings are all over the place as a former maid." I understand that. Yeah, as a fan.
Right.
I mean, it's always been there. As long as I've been alive, it's been that way, and so change is always hard, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And oh my gosh, just that whole area in general, is just getting rocked right now. So
yeah.
I mean, so not only outside aesthetically is gonna look different from the mansion we've all grown up with. Now there's gonna be changes inside, maybe good, maybe not so good. And then just that whole area of the park in general, a lot of big changes, and it's all shut down right now. They've got the barricade up right there. You can't even go to Galaxy's Edge that way anymore.
Right.
It's all shut down.
Yeah, so there's a lot of change happening specifically on that side of the park. I've even heard rumor that even Tomorrowland's supposed to get a facelift too. So
speak of Avatar Land, right?
Yeah, supposedly I think Avatar Land's going to come into here on the West Coast, somewhere in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Not sure where they're going to put it, what they're going to remove, what they're going to keep.
I mean, I've heard though a lot of good stories about the ride that's in Florida, like the main attraction for Avatar Land, that it is just like magical. Now I don't know that that's what we would be getting, but I guess because of all the positive nature of the stories in regards to that, I'm hoping that's what we would get.
Yeah.
I don't know how big it is. I don't know any of the particulars, but I've heard a lot of good about that, so maybe a little excitement.
Yeah, because you and I have never been since when they added Avatar.
Necessarily need to be an Avatar fan,
right? Yeah, exactly.
To get into it, but definitely.
So yeah, there's a lot of change happening there at the Disneyland Resort. So.
Zombie says, just feels like there are too many changes all at once. Haunted Mermaid said these current refurbs are good for the 70th.
Yeah.
Both are true. I know change is hard. It just is.
Yeah.
Change is hard.
That, and I've heard attendance is really low too right now.
Well, and I can understand that.
And I understand because half the park is closed right now.
Yeah.
So.
And at peak. It's peak.
Yeah, it's
time to go, and half the park's closed down.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, like nothing would be closed during summertime.
And why would you pay to go right now and not be able to ride the new ride that's coming, and then also Mansion? I mean, it's a favorite. Those are two big attractions that are down.
A lot of people already know that when it does reopen, since the queue line's not finished yet, it's going to be a virtual queue, correct?
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting, the way that they did it for Rise and the other rides, you know, where you got to do it at like 7 in the morning and then again at noon, and cross your fingers and, you know, throw a penny in the wishing wheel and hope you get in type scenario.
Right, and it's just going to be packed.
There's no guarantees.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees. Yeah, so that'll kind of be a bummer too.
It'll be nice to have an attraction open over there, being Haunted Mansion, of course. So hopefully it'll be good when it reopens.
Yeah, exactly, Zombies. I agree with that 100%. And it is a price. It's a price to go into that park, and to go in at that price and have so many things down. I imagine leaves a really foul taste in people's mouth, especially if you're traveling from any distance.
Absolutely,
and you're not going to get back anytime soon.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people say that too, that they're going to skip coming to Disneyland this year because there's a lot of attractions closed. So
I would agree.
Yeah,
and really, they kind of had this opportunity to do a lot of these things. Really, they did back during the shutdown.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. Is going back to Haunted Mansion, because they've been talking about switching the stretching rooms for years. About getting rid of the ghost host and kind of reimagining that. They had a solid year and a half to sit down behind the desk and get creative, write a new script, figure out what they're gonna do. So I just hope that, I don't mind a change, I just hope it's good. I hope it's well thought out. I hope I understand where they're coming from with this. And I know it's a touchy subject for why there's a ghost host. I see both arguments, both sides. It's like, okay, don't go in the mansion if that's gonna offend you, and if you're
not into ghouls and ghosts, it's not the ride for you.
It's not the ride for you, exactly. So I see both arguments. It's tough for Disney to try to make both sides happy.
Yeah.
However, I just hope that if and when they do come to the day where they do change it, what I want to say, I hope it's just well thought out. I hope it's just not just something they threw at the last minute.
Right.
So going back to what we were saying with COVID, during lockdown, they've had this opportunity to really sit down and reimagine that attraction, add things. They had a lot of time, but we'll see. We'll just have time. Will tell, and we'll see what happens when it reopens back to its traditional Haunted Mansion.
Right.
So
I agree, Daryl.
We'll have to stay tuned after probably January 2025. It'll probably reopen.
Find out. Yeah, so not when it opens here in August. They still have time between now and the next layover of being just the OG.
Yeah. The rumor that I did hear, what they're possibly will do, is just keep the video screen up where Jack comes out and says, "Oh, happy holidays, everyone." I guess take this with a grain of salt. I'll rumor that they're just going to keep the video screen and probably just have some bats flying around.
That is a fun house.
I don't know. I really don't know. That's what I've heard. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I could see them doing that. It's the least amount of work they have to do.
Anthony 626, hey.
Because they already have the screen there for Jack Skellington, or the video, big giant video wall up there, whatever you want to call it. So we'll see.
I was hoping we'd see MH Reels pop in here tonight.
Oh, shoot.
We've got one of his ghost stories to share. And I'm not seeing him, so we'll have to let him know so he can come back and give it a watch. I hope he's doing well. MH Reels, I hope you're doing well. We're used to seeing you on Ghost Story Night, and we've got one of your stories to share. Oh, Haunted Mermaid. Do you remember when they put the old Jack at Company D.
Oh my gosh.
Were you there then when they sold that piece?
And that was only for that's the back room behind
Yeah.
it's in Company D, but I don't even know if Company D is still in the same location, but
No. Right.
it was the fenced area where
Mhm.
it was only allowed for cast members. You had to show your
Yeah.
ID just to get in the fenced gate
Yeah.
part of Company D, but there it was on the back
I
wall
remember I saw that thing and I was like,
with the Santa hat on.
or just that it was even still there, like that
Yeah.
it didn't just disappear like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price was on it.
It was probably astronomical.
I don't remember. I'm sure we looked, and I honestly don't remember. There were a few pieces back there that were
Yeah.
like, just pick your jaw up off the floor
Yeah.
and go home because
There's always some good finds. I don't even know if they
Something
even
back there.
have that anymore because I think the company's afraid that someone will just end up selling it on
Mhm.
eBay and things like that. But
is my TV possessed? Get out of here, Holly. She's trying to scare us.
Something's possessed because
Something's possessed.
we had lag a while ago.
I
so.
know. We keep getting interference. I keep seeing myself skip on here, so
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
We'll
I don't
see.
know. All right,
So
you
what
guys.
we have going on tonight? What do we
We're
got?
doing some ghost stories. So I was gonna kind of go in the cryptid route, and then I started to do some studying on things, and I just wasn't finding things that I wanted to share. So I started off with El Cui Cui, and I went from that to La Chupacabra. I went from that to Shadow People, and then I just said, oh, you know what? I'm not finding anything I'm excited about and that I want to share. So we just focused back on ghost stories. We have a ghost story submission from MH Reels. So we're obviously excited about that. Could it be these right here? These eyes, Holly?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
it's these eyes that are.
These eyes, isn't that a song?
I don't think I put the link in there for some MBs.
Oh, thank you. Will we get it? Okay, well, Haunted Mermaid, we need to know these things. No, I know.
We need your grandpa on the
We need
show.
to hear these stories. So thing that I was excited about. So I'm just going to keep working on it and save it for another day. And then by sharing this, maybe just like that happened, Haunted Mermaid, maybe someone knows someone themselves, their grandparents. Maybe there's some stories that they can find out and share. That really is cool because then it's personal.
Yeah.
Like the last time when we did about skinwalkers, we had some stories submitted from Wendy Girl and people she knew that actually happened to live on the reservation. And so that was just powerful and close to home and personal. So those kind of stories are the best stories. So we would definitely love a situation like that. If you could, we would love that.
Yeah, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts too that talk about specifically the skinwalkers, and they all sound they're all similar as to what the skinwalker does, what it looks like, some of its features and whatnot. And they're real stories.
For sure.
I wouldn't deny anyone saying that they're not real.
And it's just so much different though when there is a connection somewhere, that 6 degrees of separation and it gets closer. She would watch stories on TV about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I've seen those things, and there's news stories and a lot of farm worker type stories, finding dead animals, etc. A lot of them seem to have, hey Janine, welcome in. A lot of them seem to have the 3 puncture hole similarity, whereas if it was a coyote would eat its prey in a totally different manner, where the animals seem to be. Thank you, Holly, for the gifted membership. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, Holly.
Gaming with James, congratulations on your membership. We appreciate you. there's like 3 puncture wounds and they drain out the blood. So there's definitely some stories there as far as the Chupacabra is concerned. And then obviously El Cui Cui sounds comparable in my mind to almost like a Krampus story.
Right.
So definitely working on those. Thank you so much, Holly. We appreciate that very, very much. So Gaming with James, you'll be able to see some stuff we have on there for members only. And thank you, Holly, for gifting that. And stay tuned, because we'll definitely be gifting some as well here today. So should we get started? Should we play the recording then from MH Reels? So he submitted a story about a particular hotel. It's called the Cavalier Hotel. And the Cavalier Hotel is a historic hotel in Virginia Beach. It's a 7-story building, and it's just known to be haunted. There's different stories coming out of there, but it sounds like one in particular that I'm finding in general across the sites. And it was sold in 2013 under court order, and new owners came in and they've done some extensive restoration to the structure, and then it opened again. But just a lot of different stories going on with this beautiful, beautiful hotel. But Virginia Beach as a whole seems to have a lot of ghost stories coming out of that area. Boy, it would really be cool someday to be able to go back there and dig into that, dive into that. But we'll save that for another day. So let's go ahead and share the story from MH Reels about the Cavalier Hotel.
All right, guys, sit tight.
I'll have to look into that.
Turn off the lights, right? Bolt your windows, lock your doors. And here we go with thank you, MH Reels, for submitting your ghost story. And here it is.
Welcome to the Haunting Chronicles of the Cavalier Hotel, a terrifying tale. Tonight, we plunge into the shadows of the Cavalier Hotel in Virginia Beach. As the sun retreats, the past awakens, ready to ensnare those who dare wander its haunted halls. Historical scary stories. The Curse of the Lost Cat. In the 1950s, a little girl drowned trying to save her cat in the hotel pool. Both perished. To this day, guests see her ghost searching for her lost companion, and wet paw prints appear inexplicably on the back staircase. Imagine waking to a child's voice, calling for her pet, echoing through empty hallways. Beware the ghost cat cocktail. The hotel's bar serves a ghost cat drink. As you sip, cold, unseen eyes seem to watch you. Shadows flicker, and a chill runs down your spine as whispers surround you. The Woman Without a Table. The Becca Restaurant. Her dog. Every night she appears, never booking by the faint sound of old-fashioned music, as if the past refuses to rest. Has spawned decades of rumors and fears. Visitors claim they hear his footsteps pacing the echoing corridors. Hotels of this age right in. During the late 1920s, leading up to the Great Depression, Coors was struggling. The brewery had to diversify. Case, known as the father of holistic medicine, who also lived in Virginia Beach and had built a hospital there. Coors took a suite at the Cavalier, hoping the fresh air would aid his recovery. On the morning of June 5th, 1929, after having breakfast with his wife and daughter on one of the hotel's outdoor terraces, Coors excused himself and returned to his suite. What happened next is shrouded in mystery. Within minutes, he locked himself in his room and leaped from the 6th floor window. No one knows if it was an accident, suicide, or murder. Since then, people who don't even know the Coors story have reported seeing a body falling from the 6th floor window where his room was. Some have even claimed to hear the sickening thud of a body hitting the ground. Near the window, personal tales. Living 10 minutes from the Cavalier Hotel, I've heard many tales from friends who work there. One night at 3 a.m., my friend and I saw Adolf Coors' ghostly shadow falling from the 6th floor. It was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. The sight chilled us to the bone, and the echo of his fall haunted our dreams. Friends have spoken of vacuums unplugging themselves and unexplained power outages. And yes, the little girl who drowned in the pool still haunts them, her cries for help echoing in the stillness. One friend, who worked through him, he was never the same after that, haunted by what he encountered. I'm heading back soon with a friend who's never been there. The spectral apparitions and eerie sounds make the Cavalier Hotel a place where the past is never truly at rest. Whether you're a fleeting guest or an occult inquisitor, your encounter leaves a lingering scar upon your soul.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
What'd you think?
It reminds me a lot of like ghost story feels from the Queen Mary.
Yeah,
Right? Did you kind of get that
a little bit.
that
yeah.
vibe? Kind of like a, I mean, obviously hotel, floating hotel, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely had some Queen Mary type vibes.
Definitely.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, pretty cool. What do you guys think?
Wow. Thank you so much. Shout out again to MH Reels. You'll probably
Yeah,
catch
we
us on the
miss
replay.
you.
So, yeah, if you're watching us on the replay, thank you so much for your ghost story submissions. Again, guys, feel free to send us your ghost stories if you got them to our Gmail account, livingdeadfamily@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll be more than happy to play them back for you. Wow, that was something.
That was something.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was something. Just
Wow.
threw out some gifted memberships right now. We've got Brian, Miss Garcia, Janine,
Yay.
Anthony, and Alex.
Awesome.
All got some
Congratulations, guys.
memberships there. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We sure appreciate it. So yeah, the that hotel there, it looks like it needed a lot of repairs, and those were done recently, in the more recent years. But looks like they put about 24 million into it and completed the work. It retained 21 of its original 350 acres.
Wow.
So it was on a vast amount of land there. So I don't know. I'm sure there's definitely some more stories to tell in regards to that beautiful place.
And even
for
that
sure.
part of the country, there's so much history.
Yeah.
on
Oh,
the
it's
East
all
Coast.
back there. We have nothing here.
Yeah, there ain't much here.
Yeah.
If there's any type of ghost, it's probably on the native soil
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we typically
I
have
think
out,
so.
out here on the West Coast, and
Yeah.
this desert land that is the West Coast
Mm-hmm.
compared to over on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great to go visit there one of these days and
I think
explore, if you will.
I think so. So yeah,
Wow.
thank you again for that, Alex. We appreciate it. I went ahead and dug up some more ghost stories. I like to find, you know, and let's start with who this is by. And I find these on my Kindle, which is pretty cool. And this book is called True Ghost Stories and Hauntings, and this is the second volume from Barb Shadow from Shadows Publishing. So found some stories in here that I thought were pretty cool and definitely wanted to share. You know, did you see that, or things that go bump in the night? So why don't you go ahead and start with a couple?
Okay. Which one am I going to start
Go
off?
ahead right there.
The Man in the
The
Bathtub.
Man in the Bathtub.
Okay. And it doesn't scroll up and out, it scrolls left
Yeah.
and right, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So here we go, guys. This one's titled The Man in the Bathtub. I met Mary, my best friend of 35 plus years, at her wedding. Her husband worked with my boyfriend as mechanics, spending nights and weekends in Mary's garage. I would sit with her indoors playing Scrabble and talking. Even my boyfriend and I were in the garage, but Mary wasn't home. I needed to use the bathroom and was told to use the upstairs bath. like someone was behind the shower curtain, but there was no one. This time I peeked and saw the figure of a man lying awkwardly in the tub. Half of his face was missing. The look in his eyes, the color, never left me. I remember in vivid detail his clothing, boots, hair color, length, and facial hair. I never told anyone. From then on, I would not step foot on the carpeted part of the lower floor of the house. Once I had to spend the night on their couch and didn't sleep a wink because I knew I saw something. A shadow in the corner. I had my son baptized there 6 months later, and things went crazy in that house. Wow.
Right?
That's creepy.
The half the face gone? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would stay with me forever. I can't imagine that visual of seeing that. Feeling
that
it
doesn't leave you.
Feeling the presence is one thing, but actually turning and seeing a physical apparition there that's half the face missing. That's what nightmares are made of right there.
That is what nightmares are made of right there.
Jeez.
Like that would stick with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a creepy one. I like that one.
You like that one?
Those are fun. Those are fun. Should I continue?
Yeah,
or?
go on to the next one. There you go.
All right. So this next one is titled Big Brother's Got You. I've had many experiences throughout the years. I've seen little orbs fly by. I've had the TV on and in the open. There is no door across from the TV to reflect. Sometimes I hear my late mother call my name, but the experience happened with my brother. After my big brother passed away, he would let me know he was still around. I'd see his face in my kitchen window, smell him, and catch sight of his shadow. He also liked to play with a little touch lamp in the bathroom. I had a reading with a medium one day, and my brother came through. He said that when my son Carol passed, he would be there to greet him. The worst day of my life arrived, and my son passed away. I got home from the hospital, walked into the bathroom, and turned the touch light off. I said to my brother, "If you have my boy with you, please turn this light on." I left the room, and when I returned, the light was on. My brother saved me that day. And that was from Nancy M. Those are good stories too. Not everything's got to be creepy and spooky. It's definitely, if you know there's an afterlife when you hear something like this.
Right.
You know, if your loved ones are still around, they might not be here physically present on this plane.
Yeah.
However, when you do hear of stories like this, kind of gives you hope that your family hopefully is okay and they're still around. Or their presence is still near, especially a loved one.
Yeah.
That's what's most important.
Get you by.
Yeah.
Because loss sucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wow. That was good. Are you ready?
I think so.
Very cool.
All right.
Take it away.
All right, here we go. This one's called Late Night TV. We lived in an old Victorian house in Schenectady, New York for a few years. This house felt off from the day we moved in. It was creepy downstairs with a watched feeling upstairs. Our apartment was on the second floor, and the first floor apartment was my sister's. My bedroom was the second bedroom, only consisting of a bed, a chair, a computer with a desk and chair, a dresser, and my TV and game consoles. I have insomnia and was up one night, tossing and turning, and I swore I felt something by my feet, like someone sitting. We had a German Shepherd, but he was lying next to me unbothered. My TV turned on, and the nanny was loudly playing the introduction theme. It was 2 a.m., and this show wasn't supposed to be on at that time. Confused, I looked over and I saw the remote floating above my bed.
Oh, man.
Floating above my bed. Yeah, later, I jerked up, scaring the ghost. It felt like she bounced up and away. The remote flew up, crashed into the ceiling, and landed on the bed. The nanny shut off, leaving static on the TV. I flipped through the menu, and that show isn't on at all. So I waited. A few nights later, it happened again. I stated simply that I didn't care, that I like the show, but don't turn it on above 10 on the volume so that I can sleep. This time it jerked, but sat back down, an indent visible. See, I've seen that before.
You've actually...
We talked about
right.
that on our last
That's right.
ghost stories. I've seen that happen in a bed before.
In a bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone sat down in there.
That someone sat down on the bed. I would leave the remote at the end of my bed. The energy felt female, like a lady just happy to watch her show. I would watch it with her, sometimes, even 2 or 3 episodes. We coexisted well for a ghost and a 12-year-old. She was 12.
Jeez.
Eventually, she was unbothered by me getting food, a drink, or going to the bathroom. I hope whoever is there now lets her watch the TV. She is a sweetheart and deserves it.
Wow.
That was from Amber B in Arkansas.
My goodness.
Can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine?
Seeing the remote just floating above you.
And then hit
and
the
then
ceiling.
tossed.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think
What
I
do you
wouldn't.
guys think?
I wouldn't go to bed after that. I think I'd just stay up the entire night.
Victorsaurus. Did we, MH Reels, you missed your spooky story. Oh, MH Reels.
Oh, we're sorry, MH Reels.
It's on here though. We just did it a few minutes ago.
Yes.
We waited and waited and we missed you coming in. I'm sorry. Oh no. It is in here though. It is in here and we appreciate the stories. We sure do. We're doing some readings now. We're so glad you joined though. You can you rewind on our lives yet? I don't know if you can or not.
I am not sure. Let us know in the chat if
rewind?
you can rewind the live stream or if we have to wait to end it. We used to be able to, and somehow, I don't know, I think something changed in the settings,
Oh, shoot.
and we were unable to do that. So definitely, yeah.
Can
if
you
you're
rewind it and watch it? Oh, good.
perfect, yeah. Go back live. Hopefully the story came out clear.
Issue.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe we can, when we end the live tonight, just sit here for a few minutes and play it and make a video of it. Hopefully without lag.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Make a video of the
Of
story.
us telling that letting that ghost story play so he can have it on video.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we would upload a video. Like a
Okay.
vlog.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that.
Or if anyone wants to hear it again, we could
We
play
loved it. We loved it.
We could play it again at the end of this.
Yeah, okay. We can
Let's-
close out. We'll close out MH Reels and play that again. How's
Yeah.
that sound? Because I think it might have been a little laggy. So we'll do that. We will close out with your story.
Yeah. So
Okay.
before we wrap up tonight, we'll attempt to play MH Real story again because I know there was some lag.
There was a little lag.
So that way, it was probably meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
The lag monster was in favor for MH Reels
Yeah.
tonight because MH Reels wasn't here. So cross your fingers, the lag's gone.
Right.
We'll replay it again at the end of the live stream. So feel free to stick around if you guys want to hear that
Okay.
story again. I'll be more than happy to play it so we can probably all hear it we heard it in its
We heard
entirety.
it, but I
But I
think
don't know
it was
if
a
everyone
bit
else
laggy.
got to hear it. So
Okay, cool.
we'll replay it again.
We'll definitely play it again when we'll say goodbye, and then we'll play it and then close out.
And we'll play it and close it out. Yes.
Okay.
So thank you, MH Reels,
Yes.
again. Now that you're here, thank you for submitting that. We appreciate that. So
Definitely.
very cool. That was a good one. That was a
Did
really.
you like that one?
that-
I liked it. Yeah.
And what, she was 12 years
12
old,
years
she
old.
said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which makes total sense too, because I think there's just something about your sensitivity levels during childhood
Oh, yeah.
that I think most, not all, but most lose somewhere in adulthood.
Hmm.
I don't know how. I don't know the correlation there,
Yeah.
but it just seems like you lose that ability
Hmm.
to see.
L is,
Mhm.
is
It
what
just
do you call
changes.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it just changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you got another one
I've got
for
another
us?
one. This one's called The Old Woman with the Blue Glow.
Ooh,
Glow.
this sounds fun.
So it starts. Where do I begin? I had experiences with the paranormal my entire life, but let me tell you about my most memorable. I must have been about the age of 14. I've always had an issue with sleeping, especially with any type of light on. So naturally I slept in the pitch black and still do to this day. It's been almost 17 years and I remember this night like it just happened. It all started when I woke up to nothing but darkness. I couldn't move anything but my eyes. I figured this was just another night of sleep paralysis, so I felt a little off, and it wasn't until I opened my eyes again that the craziest thing I've ever experienced happened. My room was lit up by the faint blue glow of an old lady hovering about 6 inches above me. If you've ever seen someone with long hair swimming underwater, that's what it looked like. I still couldn't move. My only option was to stare at her while she floated. Her face was old, older than old. She had no eyes, just 2 black holes were there where they had been. She was missing most of her teeth, and I could feel her breath on my face. I remember how cold my room felt and the feeling of not being able to escape. I closed my eyes and waited a while before I opened them again to my pitch black room. You're probably thinking that this was sleep paralysis and my mind playing tricks on me. I decided to write it down and keep it in a dream journal. Not even a week later, my mother and sister claimed to have seen an old woman with a blue glow walking around the house. Coincidence? I think not.
Wow. It's funny, as you were reading that, I was getting these visuals, because there's been a lot of
Yeah.
horror films, scary movies that have kind of depicted that same thing of a ghost where it looks like their hair is just kind of like floating underwater.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was totally, as you were saying that, I was picturing what that would.
And it's weird
I can't
too,
imagine seeing
because
that.
while I was trying to study the whole cryptid thing, a lot of shadow people stories. Sleep
Yeah.
paralysis, bipolar disorder, psychologists talk about it. So kind of an interesting tie there that this girl had obviously experienced sleep paralysis as well.
Wow.
But obviously this was what it was, but she also seemed to experience sleep paralysis.
Now, have you?
Which has to be one of the scariest things I've ever heard of.
I was going to ask you right now. Have you ever experienced
Never, knock
sleep
on wood.
paralysis?
Mm-mm. Has anybody experienced sleep paralysis? Pirate Girl Trish,
Hey, Power Girl Trish.
welcome in, love. Welcome in.
I am not sure if I have or not. I know, and I don't know, you can probably tell me. There's been nights, I don't have bad dreams or nightmares too terribly often, but sometimes when I do, my brain knows that it's a dream
Mm-hmm.
or a nightmare, and I try to like wake myself
up.
out of it, and I've caught myself at times yelling,
Mm-hmm. I have caught, yeah, a couple times.
but it's probably sounds like a mumble
Right.
because I can't get words out,
Get it out, yeah.
and then to the point where I just somehow shake it, whatever.
Mhm.
I can't even give specifics of what my dream was, but I know it's something that either something was chasing me or
Janine has. She says,
or-
I have once. It was awful. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
yeah, it's a weird feeling. I've never been to the point where I've woken up and I can't move my body,
Wow.
but
Very
knowing that that's a
scary.
thing, that does scare me. It's in the back of my mind, and I think that's where my kind of yelling kind of comes out from.
Right.
Not that I can get an actual yell out. I've never, like in the movies, you know, someone that wakes up from a nightmare screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that before, but I will kind of, in my dream, I'm trying to scream, but nothing comes out, and then it's just mumble, and then I wake up. So, but yeah, that's creepy too. Just the whole paralysis, the sleep paralysis is just,
Wow.
it's something I can't even wrap my head around. But congratulations! Look at this. We got some gifted memberships. Congratulations, Pirate Girl Trish, Victor Unboxes the World, Charles Craig, Ty Zima. How are you? And EXP626.
Thank you,
Congratulations, guys, and congrats to our other members as well. And thank you again, Holly, for your gifted membership earlier.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you so much.
Did she
So-
leave us? Is she still here?
but yeah, if
Your
you guys,
friends had it all the time, MH Rolls. That's very scary. Scully Star Fashions. No worries, lady. Thank you for joining us.
hey Scully Star, welcome in. Yeah, if you guys have any experiences like that, that kind of falls in the lines too of paranormal
Yeah.
stuff, because I've heard same type of similar stories where there's some type of either a possession or a ghost
Mhm.
or something trying to take over you. And I've heard stuff like that before where they wake up and they can't move their bodies at all, and
Scary.
and they've seen like either a ghost or an apparition or something hovering above them
Mm-mm.
while they're wide awake, and they can't do anything about it. So yeah,
No.
that's something I do not want to sign up for. But if
No.
you have stories or know of anyone,
That's
we would
very scary.
love to hear about that and share that on here on our ghost story nights. But man, that was a good one.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Shared with us. It almost sounded like maybe it was a bit of sleep paralysis, but that there was someone above his bed. Remember, you told us when we were in LA?
Oh,
Compa?
I think that was El Compa Cheesy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
wonder if there was a sleep paralysis situation there as well.
Yeah.
And he could feel the weight of that
Yeah.
presence on the bed.
And what's weird is he's, I think, in a newly built residence where
Yeah.
he's at now. So
Yeah, who knows?
you just don't know what kind of lingers in the areas where they build these homes or
Mhm.
complexes, kind of find or what they think is their home or whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and I've even heard that too in stories where some people will remodel an entire house, but whatever spirit that was there before still thinks that they're in the old house, and that's where they walk through rooms that aren't there, or they probably think that there's the doorway where it was a doorway. There's now there's a wall and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's all kinds of creepy.
It was
things
really
out there.
creepy.
So, and we had one the other day too. Do you remember the other day something happened? Nothing really. It wasn't spooky, but it just came to my head when you brought up the cold. It was the other night. It was
walking to the
late at
mailbox.
night. We were walking to the mailbox, and we both felt this. I don't know. It's about what? How many
And
feet
it's
away?
like it was still like 90 degrees outside.
It was just what, a few days ago.
It was like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Triple digit weather during the
Yeah.
day, and the heat still kind of
Hot.
lingers.
Hot.
At nighttime, it'll maybe cool down into like the mid to a few steps walking away from the mailbox. and we just felt at the same time a cold draft. Like we walked through this
We walked through
a pocket of cold,
absolute cold
air, and we couldn't. I didn't say anything, and I was waiting for you to say something, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Isn't it weird how you can just walk through a patch of just cold air?"
Microclimate.
And I said, "Did you feel that too?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah."
It was freezing.
Yeah, it was just like if someone just stood in front of us and cranked the AC on real quick.
And then you walked out of it.
Yeah.
You just walked right out of it.
And there's no.
But the temperature change was dramatic.
Yeah,
It was a dramatic temperature change.
It was like a chill.
Yeah.
And we walked right through it, and it didn't follow us, but it it stayed there. Oh, I'm pretty sure it stayed there.
It's
so.
a little bat. It's a little bat
Oh
circling
yeah.
around. Before our children got a hold of it, there were like 5 little bats on there, and as of at the start of the night tonight, there were 4, and then 3, and then 2, and now we have the one lone
And now there's
bat.
one lone bat.
My heart is not happy.
We'll have to find him and
Oh my goodness!
stick him back in there.
Members, members for 2 months now.
Yay,
Woohoo!
some
And
Membies.
Scully Star Fashions, also a member for 2 months. You guys rock. Thank you so much for yours. Are enjoying the content that's on there, and we will be putting more, definitely more. All right, are you guys ready for another one? It adds some ambiance. I thought I would put the Lee Angels.
Yeah, they're definitely, guys, go check out your local Michael's craft stores.
They have fun stuff this year.
Yeah, they're bringing them out
And they sell
earlier.
fast. So the ones that they come out with, like right now, and they'll have like a couple signature pieces, a little bit more expensive, but usually you can use a coupon on them. Those go fast.
Yeah.
The $200 pieces go fast, and then you'll just be left at the end of the season with their smaller Villa Max. It's not something you want to go home and think about for too long. They tend to sell out. Hey, CL, welcome in.
Hey,
Welcome
CL.
in. Ella, hello. Hit that subscribe button and hang out with us for a while. We appreciate it. And also, go ahead and glide your lifeless bodies across that like button if you haven't done so already. They say it helps the channel, so we sure appreciate it. All right, here is another one, and this one is called Ghost in the Garage. I believe my dad built our house in the late 1940s. For as long as I can remember, when everyone settled for the evening, the dogs would run through the kitchen to watch the other end of the hallway, even if everyone was in the kitchen or living room. Across the road was an old blacksmith shop that my dad used for a garage. In the late 1950s or so, Dad called Mom to ask where one of my sisters was because she had just watched a small girl walk out of the garage and down the road towards the bridge, about 1,000 feet away. It was a little past dusk, but there was enough light to be able to see images. It wasn't my sister, and they never saw the little girl again.
Jeez.
So kind of interesting.
Wow.
The next one, what children see.
Very cool.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Some little ghost girl came out of the garage, headed down the street.
Wow.
I know, right?
Who knows?
Maybe it was maybe it was their land before,
Yeah.
or yeah, all kinds of things could be. Tina to a T, welcome in, friend. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
welcome in, Tina to a T.
Long time no see.
All right, here we go. We're continuing on with our ghost stories. This one is titled What Children See. And it goes, I've always been one who has been able to pick up on, sense things since I was young. I believe my oldest granddaughter is the same way. Starting around 2 or 3 years old, she would act as if she was talking to and playing with someone we couldn't see. When she was 5 years old, we moved to another house. I always felt some kind of presence there. One night, when I got up to use the bathroom, I saw a little girl in our hallway who looked like an older version of my granddaughter. She seemed to be about 8 or 9 years old. The next moment, she was gone. My granddaughter said her friend, in quotes, plays in her room with her and was the one who messed it up. But she hadn't had any friends over. I told her she would have to tell her little friend that she would have to stay home with her mom and dad if she didn't want to help clean up the mess when they were done playing. I about died when my granddaughter told me. They died when their house burned down. And that was by Christina from Pennsylvania.
Wow.
That is very, very creepy. Wow.
Goodness.
That's kind of sad too at the same time, knowing that they all perished in a house fire.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That they're still around and have a friend and play with them. So it's kind of a shame.
I agree. Yep.
Continuing on. Okay, continuing on with more ghost stories. This one's titled A Step Through Time. In Denver, there is a local author by the name of Phil Goodstein. He has written numerous books on Denver, including haunted places, and does tours of the downtown area. One of these stops, and for many of the locals, it is by far the most haunted place not only in Denver, but in all of Colorado. We couldn't go in, even at night, because they were doing renovations. We passed. Another place we passed was the Molly Brown house. I've toured inside there before. The second night. The tour was great because they paralleled the history of the mansion with the later hauntings and connected them. It sounds like Hollywood, but I saw one wall, for the lack of a better word, breathe in and out several times. Stockings and boot-type shoes. This lasted about 5 seconds, and then she was back to the modern day. A few of us heard distinct barking from insane time. 2 different voices, one female. And it was cold, hot, cold, hot throughout the tour. Most commented on this from time to time. After an amazing, and yes, it had a much lighter atmosphere, and we both smelled cigar smoke as if someone had just lit one up. Another Hollywood moment was hearing old-time music. Sorry, we're getting a ton of lag.
I don't know why.
So weird. We're good. There was that overheating thing that came on. Hopefully that fixed it. All right, how's the lag?
We're still lagging.
I can. I don't know. Network connection. Maybe should just end it and then resume it. Like do keep and then start it back up again. I don't know why we got lag. It's so weird. It's bizarre.
Did it stop? What does it say now?
It just still says transmission is unstable to a weak network connection.
Just a second, guys. Sorry.
Hang tight with us. Don't go anywhere. We will continue this. Come back to us. I'm just ghost stories and some fun things to talk. Hello, hello.
Are we back?
Back? Let us know in the chats if we are back. Sorry, I did a little refresh. Hopefully it's the same link. Nightbot's back. Miss Garcia's back. Scully Star's here.
Back.
We back.
Sorry, guys.
Should I like read that one again, maybe? Because I think.
I know. Should we read that one again?
To hear that one, that previous.
It's lagging again.
What the deal is here. MH Reels here. Let it. It's so weird. I really don't
Just
know.
ended.
Can record it and then post it. Yeah, we'll probably just have to do that. Just be on the live with you guys if it's. I don't know why we're getting lag all of a sudden today. We've never had this problem before. Just give it
It's
a...
so bad. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will go ahead and kill it.
Is it doing it still on your end? Does it say bad transmission now?
No, I just ended it.
Okay.
I'll just see everyone else.